Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm lighting a candle here. Now, I have a special reading for you guys this morning. Let's see. I guess I was led to get up somewhere around 2 o'clock, maybe. It's 2 a.m. Right now it's about 3:30 a.m. Chicago time. Day before Thanksgiving. I don't know what got me up. The anticipation of cooking dinner for the family tomorrow, or just needing this reading has just been absolutely itching at me to be done for the past few days. And I've been purposely resisting it for the public. I had run a couple of sample readings on this one over the past couple of days. And what I had come to the conclusion is I needed to do one for you guys. This is for the collective energy, meaning whoever watches this, if it resonates with you, then it was meant for you to watch it. So I am focusing my energy on those that have been struggling with manifesting the love in their lives. This one is called Manifesting Love. Torn between two loves, or, and I haven't really decided yet, I'll do it when I get there, the triangle. I've got 3 cards here representing 3 people in a relationship. I have the Empress, I have the main man, the Emperor, because when we're in a triangle, there's always one key relationship where the third person normally is a fool. And so we've got the Empress, the Emperor, and the Fool. All 3 people represented here now. I couldn't decide who I really wanted out of the deck to represent the third person. And then yesterday I was throwing a sample reading for this one, and I just left that spot open, and I asked Spirit to reveal the third person in the triangle, and that third person was the Fool. Now, whoever that Fool is pretty much going to depend on who you see it to be. Now, if you're in a heterosexual relationship, there's one of each of you here. Then, if you're in a same-sex relationship, you're going to have to decide which is you and which is your partner, because they don't do decks for homosexual readings, and I think it's about time somebody did. It's a great idea. Same-sex unions should have a deck of cards that they depend on for readings, but this one will have to do. If you're in a same-sex union, go with whoever represents the more feminine energy in the union, and who's the nurturing one, and who is the commanding one that sits around drinking beer, farting, and watching football games. You decide. So, we want to talk about, now I'm going to go card for card. I have been waiting for poppers. Those readings have taken me hours, so I'm not going to do that with you. We're going to completely shuffle the energy that needs to be there now in the situation. Now, I have opened it up to the spirit world, whoever wants to come and join in on the conversation. I've been working with several guides on this. Let's see. Torn between two loves. The triangle. There's some. Okay, we're gonna go. Nope, that's two. Under the Empress, we've got the Six of Cups, a karmic situation or a situation from her past. The Two of Pentacles, weighing, measuring your options, is under the Fool. The third person in the relationship may be juggling with some situations, maybe making decisions, not only regarding their money, the things that create financial security, but also those things that create more emotional stability. We also have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords falls under the Emperor, saying that maybe the Emperor has gone through some emotional trauma and now is looking for a better life, maybe after some sort of trauma. Under the Empress, we have the Chariot, and under the Fool, we have the Prince of Swords. And now I see why it's starting to become rather clear why the Fool is the Fool, because he has communication issues. And it seems to me here that he just doesn't know what he really wants. It's just a message coming through. All right, let's continue. Are you going to reveal any more to me, or are we going to go in? Let's see if we want some more poppers on this. There's two more. Under the Emperor, we've got the Five of Wands. Light-hearted, sometimes competition, but this is someone who may be moving towards something of a competitive nature, something around business, maybe, but this person does have a bit of competitive drive in their nature. Moving towards success also. Now the Empress. She carries the energy of the Queen of Cups. For me, this is a woman in love. It doesn't matter. Or a person, a very nurturing energy now. The Empress is not only Mother Earth herself, represented here in the Empress, but she comes across as a very loving, nurturing kind of energy here. Give me just 1 second. Okay, now, here we go. Got my coffee, guys. I don't want to spill it. Okay, so, under the Fool, he has the Three of Pentacles. Now, it's interesting that the Fool has this Prince of Swords energy, because his communication can be immature. It can be hasty. It can be cruel, opinionated, sometimes harsh, swift, absolutely. He really sometimes does not think or consider what he really wants to say before he opens his mouth. So, there's a real energy of swift, harsh communications with this Fool. Um, Although maybe with the Three of Pentacles, he is working to change some of his behavior because it really isn't doing him any good in the situation. In fact, the Fool, it feels to me, is alienating himself away from someone that he loves in the situation. So it feels to me like for someone, the Fool represents someone who may be the odd man out. Let's take a closer look. Okay. Now, let's see. Are you going to give me any more poppers? Or are we going to go into the deck? Please, please, please show me something. It's so early here. I still have the early morning goofies and I haven't had enough coffee yet. So no telling what's going to come out. I've never done this before. So I've never started up the camera in the middle of the night. We'll see. Let's see what we got here. Now, the Emperor. The Emperor has suffered in love. He's endured the slings and arrows. And maybe even recently, this individual has gone through a very traumatic experience. One where this person has felt down, out, completely finished, rock bottom where love is concerned, maybe feeling that they've shed enough blood and tears for the sake of love, and maybe they're thinking about moving on. Not quite sure. Do we have any more poppers on this? I'm only going to take one more of the tarot, and then I'm going to draw a John Holland for each. Whoa, okay. Here's two more, and something just went flying, and we need these. Oh, yeah, we definitely need these. This is exactly what we needed. I had to crawl under my bed. Okay, how do we want these? Number one, the Empress is going through a transformation. She drew the Death card. The Fool is adopting a new way of thinking. I think he has to, because I do believe that the things that they're doing and the things that they're saying are counterproductive to making this thing successful. So the Fool is actually adopting a new way of addressing their issues, or maybe they're striking a new... I keep hearing striking a new deal with someone, and I don't know what that means. And like I said, the Emperor has gone through betrayal, heartbreak. He's been wounded. Now, what I love about this Three of Swords, out of all of the decks, and I don't know if you can really see this very well, but each of these wounds, each of these offenses to the heart by the swords, each one is healed over with a beautiful gem. It's a healing nature around the Three of Swords. So even though this heart has been betrayed, there's healing there that can be done with this heart. And I think that is part of what the Empress's transformation is connected to. Now, we had an extra card here. It's the Queen of Pentacles. We're just going to leave her energy out, because it talks about someone independent, hardworking, abundant, maybe finding their own way in the world. And it could be that it's this Empress here who is actually, for the Empress, it looks like a past life situation around love, maybe coming around. Now, this doesn't have to be someone she's been involved with in the past. This may just be someone she knows from this past life or from a previous lifetime. She's going through a transformation, especially in her love life. With the Death card, it's been a transformation that has been needing to come for a very, very long time, because the Death is a seriously slow-moving train. It can sometimes bring the ending to negative situations at a very slow rate. Now, I almost want to look at, I think I'm going to look at the Fool's energy next, because I really feel that the Fool in the situation has issues with the way that they think. I think sometimes their thinking and some of the things that they do may be actually out of balance, because this hasty kind of energy with the Prince of Swords, his sword is pointing up at the Two of Pentacles and also at the Fool. So it's saying that, to me, that some of the hasty communication with this person, maybe because this person has a difficulty with the way that they think about love, or they're unsteady about their own emotions around love. They try to keep themselves more grounded. They don't really like to feel that emotion. They're very steely and cold, even though, they're represented here with a very strong earth energy. We also have an air energy, which is cold, cruel, calculating, cutting sometimes. But this person is working with the Three of Pentacles, maybe with the help of others, but they're trying to change. They're trying to change the way they communicate, possibly around love, even though there are no Cups cards in their column. There are no heart cards here, either with the Emperor. But I think he's feeling the way that he feels, because he has been torn and broken around a love situation. And I feel that this person's energy is healing, and what it needs is another healing energy matched up to his in order to create. And if the Temperance card got, I hope, the Temperance or a Balance card of some kind besides this, because this need for balance belongs to the Fool. We need some balance around this Emperor energy, because I think the Fool here is the relationship that needs to be let go of, even if it's the marital partner. I think this is a situation that maybe needs to, maybe what the Ace of Swords is saying that it's the beginning for this person after someone experiences the ending. So our two characters here actually hold the strongest position right now in the situation. The Fool, he needs to change his way of thinking, and he's working on it. But his communication still comes across maybe not clear, not hasty. This guy usually doesn't know what to say. Sometimes he just hasn't got a clue what to say, because his communication skills are very immature. And so I think he's trying to regain his balance here, and he's working on it. But his communication still, even though it's a new way of communicating for me, it's still not clear, because I still pick up this really hasty energy here. So we want to look at some John Holland here. All right. I think we've got, what do we have here? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what we've got here, these two people, the Empress moving forward boldly even after a battle, going through a transformation and finding new love with one of these two people. Now, this person, the Fool, the third person in the scenario as it is right now, that person needs to change. They need to change the way that they're thinking. And even though they're working really hard on it, it seems to be a little bit difficult for them to get to a place where they can clearly communicate. Now, with the Six of Swords and the Emperor, this is also, the Six of Swords is about possible travel, but this is movement. A lot of times this movement is around a watery destination, moving over water, towards water, resting near water, vacationing near water. I almost feel like this Emperor, though, lives near the water. I think that this watery destination is his home. And like I said, I think this person is rather active. They may be active in their community, but I do feel that they suffered some sort of indignity with the Ten of Swords. And maybe it was a public indignity. And maybe this person suffered a public broken heart. But whatever this is, it feels to me that this person is in the process of attempting to heal right now. So we have an Emperor. And I do feel that this is possibly a spouse. The Fool may be a spouse that someone is letting go. And the spouse just wakes up one day and says, holy shit, I've been left. And they decide they need to try to walk a new path in order to bring this situation back to them. But there's a resistance here with the Ace of Swords. For the Fool, there's a resistance here to bring that about, because this person is going through personal transformation. Their independence is the most important thing that they really have in their life right now, is their newfound sense of independence. Now, this person also has the Ace of Wands, or passion ignited. So the Empress is looking at a new person to love. I'm not sure, this talks about a new beginning. It's possible that the Empress may reconsider the Fool, but I'm not sure that that is really what the Empress is wanting for herself. I think she's got something igniting for a brand new person. the Fool, completing cycles. But their future looks very good, very promising. So whether, at this point, whether they're being taken back in by the Empress, or they're walking, seeking, looking for something new in their life, I do see that that will be successful. Because whether we end up with the Fool or not, we still want to wish them well. We're really concerned about the Emperor here because he seems to have suffered some heartbreak and has had serious, maybe trouble or difficulty moving to a calmer place mentally. But they looks to me like they've already been wounded and that they're in the process of healing. This was possibly, with the Wisdom card, it's the Hierophant. Could have been a broken marriage. It could have been a broken contract of some kind. Even an engagement. You know, that talks about the wisdom to heal. The wisdom to know when it's time to end the sorrow and to come out of the Ten of Swords and to heal and to move towards something more positive. Maybe to learn how to be playful again. Maybe a new relationship coming in is a situation where you learn how the Emperor will learn how to enjoy life again, will learn how to play again with the lover on a romantic level, because maybe they've been shut down or cut out of a loving situation in the past. Now, the Empress is having a good time for herself because she's got prosperity begins here now. So she's got not only sex and romance and desire and acts of love actually being produced. We have the Ace of Pentacles here, or prosperity. So it seems to me that her life is becoming quite fortunate here. However, this Empress is transforming. It's affecting her not only on a level where her romantic life and her love life and her sex life is concerned. It's also positive movement forward where money is connected. Pardon me while I take another sip of my coffee. So, the Empress, things are looking good for her, promising. Maybe even starting a new career, starting an independent business, because that Nine of Pentacles over there can definitely represent a new business for our Empress. Walking an independent path. Now, I'm not sure about the Fool. I don't know if I can count him out at this point. This can either be saying that maybe this Ace of Cups is an offer coming from this Fool. Or is it this Fool actually regaining his footing and being able to move forward with certainty once he learns how to change the way he communicates? And I keep saying he, it doesn't have to be a he. It's a he in the card. Now, our emperor. He's kind of suffering in silence. But he can escape the mental prison he's in. We've got a guy here who's got all of this pent-up mental energy. And I have to wonder now, really, who is the emperor and who is the fool? You're going to have to decide for yourself on that one. Because this emperor, maybe he's the reason behind all the heartache. Maybe this emperor overruled his situation. Maybe he became tyrannical over a spouse. Maybe this is the partner that's being let go of. And this is the new love coming in. We have to look at the Gilded Reverie because, I almost feel like I have been totally fooled. And the magician isn't out here. But the fool can play with you. And that's why maybe this whole time I have been totally tricked in this reading by using the fool. Maybe he has been playing me throughout this entire reading because he not only flipped on these last cards on the John Holland, and I know he's rethinking things, but whatever this is someone who stands victorious, not sits suffering in silence. This is someone who spends a lot of time alone, probably depressed, possibly searching for wisdom. Maybe because they were the ones that caused a broken heart here. Maybe all of this energy isn't because they suffered a broken heart, but maybe because they brought the broken heart. And maybe someone moved away from the emotion, moved away from the troubled times and into a more positive period. And someone is feeling maybe like there's competition. Maybe the emperor, now that he's been shut out and is now suffering in silence. I think this emperor, this is the real odd man out. Is this emperor. He's the partner. He is the empress's partner. The fool is the fool who's waiting for this series of events to finish. This is the partner that's been left behind. This is the partner that's been left behind. The fool is the one who's waiting for love to begin, waiting to be presented with the universe, all possibilities. A relationship that brings all possibilities. This is a relationship that may begin as a work situation. And even though some of the communication may be a little bit hasty, as if maybe this person is a supervisor or a boss or someone who is in charge of operations because they're given the orders, because I see this person actually in control of things, but actually kind of being a little bit hasty. I think it's because it's what they do. It's part of their job. That's a weird message, but that's the way it's coming through. And maybe the Two of Pentacles says that he can juggle many things. This is a person who can take on many, many tasks at one time and keep things flowing, keep things moving. This Fool may not be a fool at all. It may be somebody who took a giant risk at some point in their life, and now they're looking at great accomplishment. He sits next to the Empress now. He has a place at the Empress's side. And now to me, the Emperor is the odd man out. Damaged? Yes. But possibly damaged because of self-inflicted wounds. Maybe this person, the Wisdom card, maybe this is actually a lack of inner wisdom. Maybe this person doesn't really embrace an emotional side. Maybe this person does not experience inner wisdom or spiritual wisdom. And so they prefer to stay suffering inside. I think we've got someone here, honestly. This Emperor now. We're getting the story. This Emperor, for me, is a morally bankrupt person. And he has created much pain. I don't like that energy. He's created much pain on someone. And I feel it may be this Empress. But this Empress gave it right back to him. And now he's the one suffering. And this Fool is no fool. Because he's the one in the middle waiting for the Empress's transformation to take place. It is a transformation around love, and it is carried through by the Empress, a very abundant person. This maybe relationship from the past, from this life, or this is a karmic situation that is coming back to be healed, and maybe we'll get some insight on that. Let's look at the Lenormand. The Lenormand, I'm sorry about that. That was a little bit of spirit bubbling up just for you guys at 4 in the morning. Is it 4? It is 4:20. Sun will be coming up hopefully soon. A couple of more hours. I'm going to have to get some sleep. I have a house full of company coming tomorrow. My teeny tiny apartment is going to explode with bodies, but it's going to be fun. I don't care. We're going to have people sitting all over. My door is open. If you live in northern Illinois and need a place to go for Thanksgiving dinner, send me an email. My door is open. I couldn't find a safety pin anywhere, and I really wanted to talk about this quickly. I'll do it while I'm shuffling. I'm going to start putting a safety pin here in front of me. I want this to be a safe place. The safety pin is getting to be a symbol of safety, emotional safety, safety in your sexuality, safety with your faith, safety in your beliefs. This is a safe place for all people, unless you're hateful. Hateful's are not welcome here. But with an open heart, we are an open door, even for those who hate. Watch. Maybe you'll learn a little something about love. Now, we're looking for some Lenormand. We'll start with one each and see where that answer takes us. Okay. I think we're ready. No poppers on this. I'm going to show you the energy at the bottom of this deck when I'm done, because I saw it and I'm freaking floored right now. Okay, the Empress. She has the key. She has the key. She has the solutions that opens the door. This is the key to her heart, though. If she has been hurt in any way by this Emperor person, she is, like we said, this Empress is seriously in manifestation of something big. There's a transformation going on here, major, for her. And she has discovered the secret to open her heart again. The Fool, the person in waiting. The person waiting now for the Empress to complete her transformation and present herself. Well, with the Fool, we have the ring, the promise. And the Emperor, well, he brings favor. He will learn to love again. Maybe he has a desire to still be with this Empress. Now the Empress, she draws the clouds. She comes from a dark place into the light. So for the Empress, her eyes are opening. She's beginning to see the light. She's coming out of the darkness. That, again, is part of the transformation. Now, we have the cross for the Fool. Now, let me take a quick look at this, because I really want to get the right definition on the cross for the Fool. Let me look one really quick time here. Where are you? Okay, it says, I am the bringer of grief, sadness, burden, and ordeals. Pain, suffering, and guilt is the area of my experience. I claim weeping, tears, and laments, and I ask for prayers and supplications. When happy cards come at my right, then you shouldn't experience any fright. So, honestly, he's got the card of wishes, dreams, hopes, completed desire. So this card of sadness here for this Fool seems to be a passing thing, is what I want to say. I don't think that that is a heavy energy that's going to stay with the Fool while he's waiting for transformation. Now, on the other hand, we have for the Emperor, who is now, it looks, apparently on the outside, we have the Moon. Now, the Moon in this deck talks about love and romance, intuition, psychic abilities, imagination, and creativity. Now, this can bring public recognition to this person for something. Now, the Moon, is it next to anything detrimental to it? So, I think what this is saying is the Moon After the moon comes the sun, and there's always an enlightenment after the card of the moon passes. It carries secrets, and I know I just picked up the cards and started shuffling again. I guess Michael wants to try to get a new energy going for this last card, for these last 3 cards. Now, let's take a look quickly. The next 3 cards. For the Empress, she has the end of something with the Coffin. The Fool has the Birch and the Broom. And the Emperor is coming out with the Sun. So he's going through cyclical changes, basically. The Emperor, even though he's experiencing serious cyclical events in his life, karmic changes, absolutely. His karmic cycles are coming to an end. I can see better days ahead for our Emperor, who maybe has caused pain, brought detriment to others in the past. I do see that he may be looking to release himself from his mental prison and look at things more positively. Our Empress, she is transformation. We also have the Death card here. So this is just reconfirming for me that this Empress is going through serious life changes. Maybe she too was caught in the mental prison. This is the same energy. So maybe she was caught in the same mental prison with the Emperor for possibly a long time. Or she was, again, I still want to say this was the Empress's partner. This situation, since we have the 9 of Swords here and the 9 of Swords here numerically in the Lenormand, this is the 9 of Diamonds, or the Coffin. It's the same energy. It's being trapped in fear, but there's a release after this. That says that she has transformed her life. She has risen from the dead. She's coming out of the darkness into the light because she's learned how to open up her heart again. Now, this Fool, this person waiting for transformation to come from this Empress energy, there's a promise that comes here. Now, I'm going to say that this Fool too has gone through his share of heartache. This is the confirmation that he too has been hurt. You know, this isn't his first time at the old rodeo of love. You know, he's done that dog and pony show before. He's suffered the sorrow. He's beaten that one. He's beaten that path quite a few times. He's done that. But now his life is changing and he's cleaning up whatever mess has been made in his life, because there's a new promise of something coming for the Fool. So I feel that in this situation, the choice is going to be to release the partner. Let's see if my Sibylists want to say something. But it feels to me that the Empress may be releasing the Emperor, the partner, the husband, the contractual union, and favoring for this Fool character in the middle who seems to be waiting for the Empress to transform so that he can charge into her life with a brand new way of looking at things, a brand new way of transforming, and a karmic cycle, maybe even a brand new karmic cycle that not only brings new love, new passion, new money, absolutely, between these two people. There's a whole new world coming after a period of sorrow for all three people in the situation. I just want to grab one clarifier. One clarifier only. Spirit, from the Sibila. Let's see, they haven't wanted to talk all week. There's a union here. I'm not sure whose union, but this is usually talks about a contractual marriage or a agreement between two people. We have desperation. And we have someone who has lost. So this confirms for me. This is reconfirmation. These are the clarifications we were looking for. For someone, you are leaving a union where someone has frankly acted irresponsibly. There will be an ending there for some of you. Whether that's for the good or the bad, there will be an ending there for some of you. And there will be someone who does have a very heavy feeling of loss here. But their life is going to be resurrecting, I think. And one more card quickly. I think this is just confirmation that this is the division of a marriage where there may have been irresponsible behavior and someone is going through a period of loss with Il Vedovo. The act of jealousy can be fear. It can just be something very stupid. It can just be someone behaving incredibly badly within a relationship, and now they're paying the price because that union is splitting. Now we're looking for angel guidance for you guys, for whoever this is resonating with. Okay, this is telling us to cleanse and detoxify. And quickly, what I tell my readers, or my subscribers rather, when I get this card, I always feel the message that when you're manifesting a new life partner, it looks like these two people are working their way towards one another. So it's important to cleanse the spirit, cleanse the mind, and cleanse the body. Drink more water. Eat very healthy during the time of manifestation, because you want your body to be ready to undergo the drastic changes that are coming your way. Cupid's arrows are coming right for you. This says, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for your life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspect. So whether you know this person or not, whether this is a friend or someone who has not shown themselves yet, Cupid is aiming their arrows right for these two people. And it's a beautiful energy to end you guys with. So there you go. This is the end of Manifesting Love, Part 3. Guys, we'll have to see what happens in Part 4. This is Part 3. I think we're going to end up calling this... wow. I still can't. Torn between two loves. This is torn between two loves, I think. It's been a very ripping experience, so I think torn is the right word to use. So, torn between two loves. If you want a reading meant just for you, or you want to get this reading for yourself, it is going to boil down to about an hour. So order the hour reading if you would like this reading for yourself. And over at Vimeo. Now, next week, quickly, I'm going to be doing this reading for each individual sign. And then I'm going to have a follow-up with the conclusion for this over at my Vimeo channel. But until I put those together and post them, I got a lot of stuff going on over at Vimeo. So go take a good look and see what's over there for you guys. And anyway, it's the day before Thanksgiving here in the States. I want to say I am thankful for you, my friends. I will be spending part of my day tomorrow giving thanks for you. And until the next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another and those you love. And peace.